Mikel Arteta has the charisma, character and football brain to replace Arsene Wenger, according to the coach who has known him since he was a 10-year-old, kicking a ball around with childhood friend Xabi Alonso on the beaches of San Sebastian in northern Spain. Roberto Montiel has been a coach at Antiguoco, the famed Basque youth football club, for 20 years. He tells a story about Arteta which he believes sums up the young coach who is now favourite to replace Arsene Wenger. He was always very switched on as a kid, but he was also someone who always looked after his friends and never forgot about anyone, says Montiel in Antiguoco's modest clubhouse, where Arteta has his own mini museum. Related articles: previous one the next Bayern Munich 1-3 Frankfurt. Niko Kovacs spoils Jupp Heynckes. His performances have to improve. They can't get any. Manchester United are becoming the dinosaurs of the English. West Ham interested in hiring Malaga sporting director Mario. Share this article. Share. When he signed his first sponsorship deal with Adidas aged about 18, he was at Barcelona, but he told them he would only sign on one condition. They had to send tracksuits to the entire first team at his boys' club, Antiguoco. 25 training tops were soon on their way. He has since sent me shirts from every club he has been at. When he was at Everton, he sent training gear for all the coaches here. Of all the ex-players, he is one of those who has given back the most. Arteta Corner, as Montiel calls it, is a testament to the lasting affection. The 20 former Antiguoco players who went on to debut in Spain's top flight have all been honoured with their shirts hung in order of the date of their debut. Arteta's Barcelona number 32 is among them. But like Alonso, he also has his own dedicated shrine complete with the Arsenal shirt he sent Montiel, proudly held now by his first football mentor. He has not forgotten about the people he has shared his career with, and that is one of the reasons why he has earned so much respect in the game, says Montiel. I'm not surprised Arsenal want him. You talk to him for an hour about football and you know what type of person he is. If Pep Guardiola took him to City despite him never having coached before, that speaks volumes. Antiguoco is a modest family club run by many of the same people who formed it back in 1982. There is just the one pitch and it is shared by several other clubs, but Montiel says, "We are only about 1.5 kilometers away from the beach, and we used to take full advantage of that with training sessions and matches on the sand." He says it's harder for the club to take a lad and mould him into a 16-year-old ready for a professional career, because the big clubs take players into their own academies. Antiguoco has a feeder club agreement with Real Sociedad and had worked with Athletic Bilbao. It was Athletic who first wanted the young Arteta, but he stayed at Antiguoco, often playing in midfield with Alonso in international tournaments. When Barcelona came in for him aged 14, it was too good an offer to refuse. That was some midfield, says Montiel, who recalls a free spirit who had an eye for goal, but already the generosity of a leader. In his last year in the under-14s before Mikel moved to Barcelona, we had a fantastic team. We beat Real Sociedad's under-14s 5-0 that season. I remember he was tied on goals with the team centre forward Jon Acquisia. They had something like 46 goals each. We used to give a prize to the top scorer. In the last game of the season, Mikel was through on goal and he squared to Acquisia to win the game and give him the top scorer award. When he went to Barcelona, they saw him more as a holding midfielder. Guardiola was close to retirement and they were trying to find a new Pep. At Barcelona, Arteta shared a bunk bed with Pep Reina and did his best to become the holding midfielder Barcelona needed for their post-Pep era, but they had Xavi and Andres Iniesta. He was loaned out to Paris Saint-Germain. At PSG, he was playing alongside Ronaldinho and debuting in the Champions League. He then went to Rangers and had a brief spell at Real Sociedad before he found a home from home with David Moyes at Everton. He came back and played in the Guardiola position for Real Sociedad, says Montiel. But La Real is not Barcelona. It didn't work out. Real Sociedad had signed him to replace Alonso, who moved to Liverpool in 2004. When Arteta then moved to Goodison, he became neighbours on the Albert Dock with his childhood friend, and Montiel would visit the pair. He recalls the teasing between the two ahead of Derby Day, how Moyes had promised Arteta and teammates 2 days off if they won, while Rafa Benitez had told Alonso and the Liverpool players they would be in on their day off the next morning if they lost. Of all the many players I have seen pass through Antiguoco, says Montiel, surrounded by the club's trophy cabinet that covers 3 walls of the boardroom, if I had to pick one, it would be Arteta. His vision and his capacity for organising the game from the middle of the pitch stood out. His experience at Barcelona, even though it never led to the first team, will have served him well. I've no doubt he has contributed hugely to City being champions this season. He was always captain in the different youth levels. He will be a fantastic coach. He was born to play, but perhaps even more than that, he was born to manage. He was always a coach on the pitch from a young age, and he was always very mature for his age. He would make his own decisions, and he had some big ones to make. As the framed shut and the Arteta mini museum suggest, there is a lot of good feeling towards him in his home city, unaffected by him never having formed that dream midfield with Alonso at Real Sociedad. Antiguoco will become Spain's most passionate Arsenal fan club if their favourite son finally takes the job at the Emirates. Related articles: previous one, the next Bayern Munich 1-3 Frankfurt. Niko Kovac spoils Jupp Heynckes. His performances have to improve. They can't get any. Manchester United are becoming the dinosaurs of the English. West Ham interested in hiring Malaga sporting director Mario. Share this article. Share.